This is CNN.
Hello, I'm Jonathan Mann. Coming up on Insight, evolution versus intelligent design. We'll look at a growing debate in the United States over the origins of life. In the beginning, there was the battle. Activists in the United States are attacking the theory of evolution in a campaign for what they call intelligent design. How intelligent is it?
The argument is not that Darwinian evolution doesn't explain anything. It's that it doesn't explain everything.
Hello and welcome. There are a few theories and a few theorists that have shaped the modern world. The years have been kinder to some than others. Einstein is still a towering figure, Freud a very influential one. Marx has fallen on hard times. You can probably put Darwin among the immortals, except lately in the United States. A movement to challenge his theory of evolution is gaining ground, pushing to be taken seriously and pushing as well to be taught in a growing number of schools. It has different names and it incorporates slightly different perspectives, but it's broadly known as creationism or intelligent design. It has turned a relatively mundane chapter in the biology textbook into a battleground and signaled a much broader struggle over control of U.S. education and culture. On our program today, design, Darwin, and survival of the fittest. Ardelia Gallagher has this look.
He's an unlikely rebel, a Tweedy biology professor who's found himself at the center of one of the year's most ferocious debates. Michael Behe is a major player behind intelligent design, the movement that's trying to bring the supernatural into science.
Your testimony today, you felt it went well?
Yes, I do.
Behe was a chief witness in a federal trial over a Pennsylvania high school wanting to include intelligent design, or ID, in biology classes.
A lot of people apply a caricature to intelligent design that I think is inaccurate.
To get some answers, I went to Lehigh University, where Behe has taught for 20 years. What I found was an academic uprising.
Is he doing a disservice to science? In my view, yes.
Tamara Mendelsohn teaches evolutionary biology, and like every other member of the Lehigh biology faculty, has rejected intelligent design as unscientific and helped turn Michael Behe into a campus outcast. So now, how long have you been at this university?
I came here in 1985.
Back then, Behe was an ordinary scientist, and Lehigh gave him tenure. That was before he started questioning whether Darwin's theory of evolution fully explained life on Earth.
When I started to realize that scientifically it just didn't explain what it claimed to explain, that's when I started to have doubts. As science has progressed, at each stage, people have been astonished by the details in life.
Behe says you only have to look at the details to realize they were conceived and arranged by a supernatural power.
You can tell that something has been arranged when we see a number of different parts that are put together to do something.
Take the flagella, that tiny little tail that bacteria use to move around.
And it literally is the propeller. It's turned around and around and around.
It looks simple, but it's not.
If you didn't have the hook, the propeller would fall off. If you didn't have the drive shaft, the motor couldn't transmit any force. If you didn't have any one of dozens of different pieces here, it wouldn't work. You'd have to have all these pieces all together before it worked at all. And in order to do something like that, that's beyond random mutation and natural selection. You need intelligence to do that.
A more user-friendly example, the eye. Too complicated, Behe says, to be a biological accident that evolved over time. Behe published his findings in a book, Darwin's Black Box. Like most intelligent design writing, it doesn't speculate about who the designer is, but Behe has his own guess.
I think the designer's God. I'm a Roman Catholic, God has to be considered a major candidate for the role of the designer.
Other intelligent design advocates have other ideas.
It's been suggested that maybe space aliens could be the designer. Maybe time travelers. Maybe some human from the future comes back to the past, and certainly that's got some sort of difficulties there, but some physicists have suggested that time travel is possible.
Talk like that doesn't sit well with Tamara Mendelsohn.
Science is restricted to the material world, and it has been for 900 years, and it works really well that way. And so to propose a supernatural explanation just isn't scientific.
Behe doesn't actually teach intelligent design at Lehigh. Still, his colleagues say just his being there is bad for the university's reputation.
Parents approach us and ask what's going on. What's going on in your science department? And they're hesitant to send their children here because they think their children won't get a good education.
Lehigh's biology department has even posted a statement on its website, distancing itself from Behe's research on intelligent design. His colleagues have taped anti-ID articles on their doors. And though University President Gregory Farrington says he can't fire Behe, he won't say he's glad to have him on staff.
He's allowed as a tenured member to take positions that are controversial, and he's doing that. And so whether I'm happy or not really isn't relevant.
Do you feel ostracized?
Sure. Yeah, that's okay. C'est la vie. What good is it in arguing for an idea that everybody accepts already?
A question a lot of scientists throughout the centuries have faced, whether their theories have panned out or not.
The trial that Delia Gallagher made quick reference to is the first time that intelligent design has actually been brought before the U.S. courts. Arguments in the case are over now, and the judge is expected to rule in the weeks to come. We take a break. When we come back, we'll introduce you to a new concept called biblical correctness. Stay with us.